안녕하세요. Hi, I'm Hyunwoo from TalkToMeInKorean.com. So nobody wants to sound rude in any language, but you especially don't want to accidentally sound rude in a language that you are learning. Of course, it also depends on what you are saying. So if you say you are weird in the most polite sentence form, or even with a smile, you still sound pretty rude.
정말 이상한 분이시네요.
뭐 이렇게 이상한 사람이 다 있어?
And also, even if you say the same thing, depending on how you say it, you can sound nice or rude.
조심하세요.
조심하세요.
But as you know, this is the same in any language, right? Just don't say bad things to other people and don't say them in a rude tone. But there are two things that are a bit different in Korean that you need to know about if you want to start using the language, using the Korean language to Korean speakers. And let me start explaining. The first way that you can sound accidentally rude is when you use 반말, casual language with someone that you just met. And some of you might be thinking, I already know that, obviously. But this is a mistake that a lot of Korean learners make even after learning about the concept of 반말, casual language, and 존댓말, polite formal language, especially when they're using very short sentences, namely one-word sentences using just one noun. Let me give you an example. So let's say somebody asks you, what is this? Is this coffee or tea? And in English, you can perfectly just say coffee. You know, you can omit it is and then say coffee and you don't sound rude at all. But in Korean, you cannot say
커피.
even if you do know the word coffee, confidently, you can't say it because it's in 반말 when it's regarded as a sentence. So what you have to do is say 커피요, 커피요 by adding yo at the end, or you can say 커피예요, it is coffee, but you can't say coffee on its own alone. Some more examples. Somebody asks you, what is this? 이거 뭐예요? 이거 뭐예요? And then your answer can be, let's say, oh, this or this one. You're not adding anything to your English sentence to make it more polite, but in Korean, you can't say
이거?
and you have to say
이거요?
yes, 이거요. By adding yo, that sentence, that word, even though it's one word, it's a sentence in the interaction with the other person, you have to add yo to make it polite. Another example, somebody asks you, 내일 시간 있어요? Do you have time tomorrow? And then you can say tomorrow, and then you will continue on with the rest of your answer, right? In that case too, you can't say
내일?
and instead you have to say
내일이요?
Do you get the idea? So please remember, even if you're just using one word, one noun, as long as you're giving it as a message, it's regarded as a sentence, and that sentence has to be in polite language if your relationship with the other person is based on polite language, which it will be most of the time if you are speaking to someone for the first time. And the second way you can accidentally sound rude in the Korean language is by using the wrong word for you. And we've actually addressed this issue in many other lessons before, so we'll link them down below in the description for this video, so go check them out on our site. But to give you a summary, there are some literal translations for the word you in Korean, namely 너, in casual language, 당신, 그대, etc. But unless you use these words in very specific settings and usages, you will automatically sound quite rude just by using one of these words. And instead, what you have to do is use that person's name, if you know it, followed by she, so-and-so she, so I am Hyunwoo she, or you can use the other person's social title, like 선생님, in which case I am. So 선생님, or what else? 사장님, the owner of a business or something like that, etc. And if you don't know the other person's name or social title, you can simply omit the subject of the verb and keep the sentences in polite form, or use the honorific suffix she, about which you can learn in our other lessons. We'll link them down below, but I won't go into too many details about those grammar points in this video lesson. To give you a recap, Number one, please remember not to use nouns on their own alone, because even if you can say something as a noun, it's a sentence in an interaction with somebody, so you have to put yo at the end. And this also applies to other adverbs and interrogative words, like, for example, 누구, who, you just learned 누구, the word, and you can't say it to somebody without sounding rude. You have to say 누구요? Who are you talking about? 누구요? Or 어떻게, how, when you want to say, somebody got hurt and you say, how did it happen? 어떻게, you can't say that. You have to say 어떻게요. All right, please remember that. And number two, don't use any of the literal translations that you learn for you without being very, very specifically aware of the situation and the relationship that you have with the other person. Just stick to using their social title or their name plus she. All right, so that's it. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also turn on the notifications, and please help us spread the word about our website, talktomeinkorean.com. I'll see you there. 감사합니다. Bye.